It's Daytona 500 week, and we are going over the best and worst paint schemes for the 2026 Daytona 500 today. And we're just going to dive straight into a shout out for RFK and their tribute to Greg Biffle, with all their numbers on their cars being in Greg Biffle font style, and as well AJ Allmendinger's number 16 also running the Greg Biffle font. Now, all these schemes actually look pretty solid, but I really just included them just for the special tribute that they are doing to Greg Biffle. First up on the list, however, is the number 1 of Ross Chastain's Trackhouse number 1 Chevrolet Camaro of the Busch Light sponsor, with the beautiful mountains on the side of this car. I love the white. They've added a lot of white to this car, and I think it looks honestly better than, like, kind of, you know, when Busch Light first hopped on, it was more blue than white. I like more of the white branding a little bit more. I think this car is going to really shine, especially under the lights come Sunday night. Here's a scheme I'm not so keen on. Alex Bowman's number 48 Ally Financial Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, and the design itself actually is not bad. I like the kind of like the slants where it's like, you know, like woo 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 woo, stuff like that. I think that's always cool on a race car, but I don't like the color combination of purple and like this blue tealy kind of color. I think actually it looks disgusting, to be completely honest. So I'm very neutral on this car because the design is good, but the color combo is horrible. And instead of like that blue color, imagine if they did like a black or a white or maybe even a darker shade of purple. I mean, that would have looked so much better than what they did here. And honestly, like, yeah, that color combo is not it. William Byron, I'm not a fan of this one. The number 24 Raptor Chevrolet. Now, this is simply just William Byron's 2025 Charlotte Coca-Cola 600 patriotic paint scheme, but now with the Raptor logo slapped on. This is one of the lowest effort and biggest downgrades I've seen from year to year in quite some time. We went from beautiful green and black combination paint schemes. I am still a huge fan of the 2022 Raptor car. I know I'm in the minority of that. I do not care. I thought it was beautiful, and I loved all the Raptor cars, and now we've just given up on any creativity, and we just slapped the Raptor logo on a previously used Exalta car, and that is now what we have. And I have a very large beef with whoever made this decision, because it was the wrong one. Hunter Nemechek's up next, and not for good reason. We've got the Dollar Tree car here, and it's got the green and white, and then it's got this like rectangle on the bottom of the car that just goes from like behind the number to the back of the car. I don't understand why that needs to be there. Yeah, not a fan of that. It just makes zero sense. It doesn't add anything to the paint scheme. When you do random stuff, at least have it add and look good. And I felt like I look at that and I'm just like, no, that doesn't really look good. It doesn't really need to be there. So if I was to make any changes to that car, take that rectangle out. Cole Custer's number 41 Haas Chevrolet actually is a really solid looking paint scheme. Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't this the same scheme they ran last year? If so, it just looks a lot better on a Chevrolet. I think of the underfunded teams, this is probably the best looking car for the underfunded category. I really like the red and of course the black and gray that we have on the side. The design looks really, really solid, and that car is going to look really nice on track at the Daytona 500, especially if Cole Custer is wrecking half the field with 2 laps to go because he said he couldn't lift when he was pushing the car in front of him. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. But yeah, outside of that, if he does do that one more time, he's going to look really good doing it. What in the world am I looking at? Is this a spider web? No. It's a network. That's a network, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but no, thank you. Not a fan of that. I mean, that's kind of... I like the concept, but I felt like it was not done in a way that it should have been done. I mean, I don't know how I would do it, but I wouldn't do it like that. It almost looks like it's a faint smearing on like the hood of the car, like they just smeared it like in Photoshop or something with the smudge tool or something. I don't know, it just doesn't look right. I like the purple base. It does look better than the Xfinity car last season that Bubba Wallace ran, so I'll give them credit there. But outside of that, I think this might be the worst one yet, actually. Yeah, I don't like that one. We've got the number 40 of Justin Allgaier for Junior Motorsports. It's the Traveler Whiskey car with, of course, like Chris Stapleton on board with this whole project as well. And beautiful paint scheme as usual by Ryan Williams. Huge shout out to him. This is a fantastic looking race car. I don't usually care for more of a vintage looking paint scheme, but they executed this phenomenally. The number is a massive upgrade from last year. I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying this is a big downgrade from last year. Well, I think you're crazy, but as well, art is subjective. We all like different things. I think this is a huge step up. The only thing, and I know this was talked about on Twitter, the fake contingencies on the car. I know Dale Jr. is big on that, so I'm sure this was his idea. It looks good, but is it necessary? Absolutely not. It just, you know, as much as I love Dale Jr., it feels like him just like, it's like that old man screaming at, like, you know, the clouds or something. Like, no one really cares, but he really wanted it, so we have it. But I love Dale Jr. Don't take that the wrong way if he somehow saw this video. I love you. But anyways, it's still a beautiful paint scheme. I cannot wait to see this one on the track, and hopefully it makes the Daytona 500. Let's stick on the vintage style race cars. Josh Berry's number 21. This is a throwback to David Pearson's Daytona 500 win, and I'm not sure, is that 1974? 1975, maybe one of those 2 years. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But another example of a vintage style paint scheme that actually looks really, really sharp on the racetrack. And you know what? I guess we can kind of use throwbacks wherever we want now, because the drivers that get paid over $1 million a year somehow had to whine and complain and cry that, oh no, one weekend of the year at Darlington they have to have a throwback paint scheme. Thank you, drivers, for ruining the fun for the fans once again. Honestly, I wish I could get paid over $1 million a year than cry about my job. Next up is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s number 47 Chef Boyardee car, and I only have this on here because of the sponsor. It's got a red base, it's got a bit of a checkered flag design here and there on the car, but it's the nostalgia for the sponsor that I have. When I was a kid, I ate Chef Boyardee, ravioli, spaghetti, you name it, it was in my mouth. It was fantastic. You get it in a can, you open the can, you put it in a pot, you cook it, you eat it, because that's how you eat food, and you enjoy it. It was absolutely fantastic. This is how you know sponsorship works, because now I want to go get some Chef Boyardee. Sponsorships are fantastic, and if you use my code GOIN5 on nextlevelracing.com, you get 5% off on all discounts for sim racing products on the Next Level Racing website. Jimmie Johnson is on the good side of this one. I think this could be his final Daytona 500. He used the provisional to get in, and you know what? I think it's worth it, because he's got a great looking Carvana number 84 Toyota Camry. I love the blue base. It's got a bit of like the circles on the base of the car, kind of faintly, and then it's got that orangey gradient on the front and then on the sides as well. It's kind of you know, there on the car. It looks really, really solid. I'm a big fan of blue, and that shade of blue specifically looks really, really good, and I can't wait to see that one on the racetrack here come Daytona. Oh boy. Oh boy. I gave Bubba Wallace's Chumba Casino number 23 Toyota Camry crap last season. Well, I guess just a few weeks ago, but that looks a lot better than whatever this is. What in the world are we doing? I'm sure some people like this paint scheme. That's the beautiful thing about art. It's subjective. It's just like any form of art. Music as well. You know, we all like something and someone might hate it. I hate this. This is not my vibe. I mean, it's just black with these half circles that are red with stripes. I don't know. That doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I would rather have the Bubba Wallace one with the weird blob circles, you know, different colors on the car. I didn't think it could get worse, but you know what? I've been proven wrong today. I saved the worst just before the top 3 schemes of the season. We're making it to the podium, and we're going to kick things off with Shane Van Gisbergen's number 97 Superfile Chevrolet Camaro. This is a really cool paint scheme. I'm assuming Kyle Sykes made this one. I saw he retweeted it, so I'm guessing he did. If not, my apologies. But I love the color combo of like the green and the black, and we got like a superhero on the side of the car with like the shield, and then he's got like some thingy some weapon. I don't know what it's called, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. Really unique and cool design. I don't think I've ever seen outside of like the Superman and Batman thing that Jimmie Johnson and Dale Jr. did in California like 10 years ago. I don't think we've seen like some kind of superhero vibe on a car. It just looks really, really cool, and the color combo is also really slick. Next up is the number 88 Red Bull Chevrolet of Connor Zilisch, the probably biggest up-and-coming rookie we've had since Kyle Larson, and this is a beautiful paint scheme, a huge step up from last season. Last season Red Bull cars, they looked great, but this is even better. This is like a 9 out of 10 compared to like a 7 out of 10 for last year. I sound like just like a Kyle Sykes like simp at this point now. I mean, every scheme he's got in like the Daytona 500 I have on my best list here. I love this car. It just really, really looks good. And also Shane Van Gisbergen's Red Bull car looks just as good as the one Zilisch has got. Of course, they're the same thing with just a couple different colors here and there. But yeah, this is a beautiful looking race car. It's also proof that you don't need to do anything crazy to make a really good looking paint scheme here on a NASCAR Cup Series car. Number 1, you might actually be able to guess this one because it's already pretty popular. It's the number 3 Bass Pro Shops Winchester Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing's Austin Dillon. I myself love silver on race cars. You guys know this by now. And then when you combine it with black, I love it even more. And on top of that, it's just an incredible looking paint scheme. Of course, it is influenced by Kevin Harvick's Good Wrench paint scheme from the 2000s, which unfortunately I didn't even know what NASCAR was by the time that car was gone, so I never got to experience it. But growing up, I remember seeing that paint scheme and being like, wow, that is a good looking race car. So big fan of this car. You know, not hoping for good results because Austin Dillon's driving it, but it's going to look great regardless on the racetrack. And I don't think there's any paint scheme here that is better. And I gotta say, to be completely honest, I think that's honestly the best paint scheme Richard Childress Racing has cooked up in forever since I've been watching NASCAR. I mean, nothing else comes to my mind. This is an absolutely phenomenal race car. So there you have it. That's my list of the best and as well worst paint schemes of the 2026 Daytona 500. There's even better paint schemes that are coming out this season that aren't being used in Daytona, and there's some that are significantly worse. Shout out to the 24 car, who I think holds literally the top 3 worst paint schemes so far of the season, which is quite a feat. But we're going to go over that in a different video once the season progresses more and we have like all the paint schemes like literally towards the end of the year. So that's going to do it for me. Let me know down below what schemes you agree with my opinion on or disagree with them on. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch, and have yourselves a great day.
I'm stuck in my head, need an exit row. Somebody hold me when I can't let go. Every little worry like a domino. I'm falling. Are you